Yeah, I have started the recording. So, ma'am, what was your query quickly?
Yeah, this till description only I can see the sheet word.
No, no, you have to scroll down.
Because the thing is that when we open this document, it's just a half of it getting displayed. Though you just change it to 100% to some more or less, doesn't matter, right?
Yes, sir. I'm also facing the same issue.
Yeah, even I have facing the same.
Can you share your screen? Let me show.
Just go to view menu.
I'll share and let you know.
And select the web layout so that you will get it.
You have to change the layout of that.
Yes. So just go to view and change to web layout.
You have to go to the, I think it is inside the web layout, and I think we have to select the option. Yeah, full reading or something like print layout, something like you can select the, you select the view, or otherwise layout option is also there, but in the layout here you don't have such type.
Web layout, if you select, it will come.
Where it is web yeah, here web
View,
layout.
view,
Yeah, yeah,
web layout.
yeah. You can share the screen, ma'am. You can quickly share the screen. Yeah, I can see your screen. Go ahead. Hello, whose screen is this? Please go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, I selected web layout. It's coming now.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay, let me share my screen quickly. We can proceed further. We already very late actually. Okay, so guys, in yesterday classes we have seen that how we can map our guys. You can mute. I'm hearing my own voice actually. You can please mute. Please mute yourself.
Sir,
So,
hello.
in yesterday, yes, sir.
Sir, I'm not able to feed the authorization token into the postman. Can you help me with that?
You are not able to get the authorization.
No. I got the authorization code, but I'm not able to feed that authorization code into the postman. May I share my screen?
Okay, you can share your screen. Otherwise, we can see after this half an hour query session, sir.
Okay, no problem. You may share your turn.
Yeah.
This was the key. It says to get access token, and I'm
No, no,
like,
no, no, no. Give me a second. Give me a second. You copy this token. Copy this token. Copy. Go to select bearer token. Select bearer token. Click on the drop down list. Click on the drop down list. Select the bearer token. There is no bearer token.
no, it didn't show. It just showed no authorization, basic authorization, digest authorization.
Sir, try to use the latest version of the Postman. You are using the 7.0. So try to
Yeah,
use the latest version. This is the older, very older version of the Postman which you are using.
okay, okay.
Okay. Try to use the latest version of the Postman. Okay.
Okay, I will downloading
In
that.
the
Okay,
meanwhile, sir, you can put the things on the download and we can discuss the thing after in the query class. Okay.
okay, sir. No problem.
You can answer. Okay. So in the last class, you can mute, sir. In the last class, we have seen the post method and the get method, right? How we can create the data and how we can, fetch the data. How we can fetch the data. So in the real time, generally, in the real time, let me open the notepad. Whenever the new requirement is coming, right? So the first thing is to create any resource. I'm not asking only users. It might be income, mortgage, assert, or flight, hotel. The concept is same everywhere. Guys, please mute yourself. Guys, you can mute your camera and audio, please. So whenever in any company, in any project, whenever the requirements comes, right, where we have to create the data, we have to use the which method? Post method. Agree?
Yes.
Post method. And after creating the data, you have to use the get method. Why you have to use get method? To verify the created data is successfully created or not, right? So for the get, in the get method, we have three types of generally scenario. Generally in every project they are following. So in get, either the first one is get all data, get the all data whatever exists inside the particular resource. Let's suppose we are doing the action inside the users resource. So you have to pass the users here, right? Agree? In the URL here, right? If you are using, let's suppose in your project the resource is some different, right? So base URL is provided by your developer and you have to pass the resource name, right? Which resource name? This thing is mentioned in the story. Okay, which resource you have to do, in which resource you have to create the data. Okay, so in the post we created the data. Now in the get, the first thing is get all data. So guys, what did you mean by get all data?
The entire data, whatever is been input.
Whatever the data created inside the particular resource which user is passing in the URL. So in the URL, if user is passing users, so all the data which created inside the user's resource will get fetched. Agree? Using this. And I will explain you how you can. Right? Now the second one. In the second one, get the data using the ID. Now what it means actually?
The particular data will be fetching.
Specific user
What
ID
the specific
data it will
users,
display.
right? So the ID which I have passed, that only will get fetched. Okay. And the third one is using the query parameter, query param. We are fetching the data. Okay, so let's discuss one by one. I think this call is already discussed yesterday, I believe, right? Using the ID. So this requirement post requirement is already done. Get requirement using ID is already done. Okay, it's created in the Postman or not? Oh,
Yesterday there was a class, Vikas.
yeah.
Someone messaged like there is network issue.
Yeah.
Will not.
Yeah, actually yesterday due to some reason I cancel, like in the beginning I messaged in the group that I have some work, so I could not continue the class yesterday, but my work get resolved in 5 to 10 minutes, so I thought let's continue the class. So I have again dropped the message and everyone has agreed with that we can continue. So that's why I have taken yesterday class. Sorry ma'am. You can watch the recording session, ma'am. No problem. Okay.
Vikas, is there any way?
Ma'am, you can mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there any way that the recordings?
Sorry. Hello. Hello. No query? Okay. So, I think,
Hello, Vikas.
let me clear out. Yeah, ma'am.
Is there any way that the recordings can be dated or something?
No, ma'am. It's by default. Actually, Skype is created. It's created by default. So
Okay,
you
but
can,
can
if
you
you
give a
day by
can you,
day, ma'am, I would recommend save the recording. Do
yeah, I
not
am
I
in
saving the
bulk
recording.
try to do that.
I am
But there is
saving.
a date in the recorded video only. You can see the date format is
Okay,
there
you
in it.
want to see the
Oh,
date,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is. I think if when you try to download, it take time actually. So I think let me show you somewhere I have done. Here you can see I have one recording here. You
Yeah.
can see here 2021-07-23. So this recording is on the date of 23 actually, 7 month.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
That's it.
this is the
Thank you.
date.
Thank you. That's enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can
Thank you.
rename this thing
No
based
worries.
on
That's what I wanted to know.
style.
Thank you.
Okay. So, guys, let me continue actually. Okay. So, let me clear all the things. Right click on that. Right click. Close all the tab. Close all the tab. Do not save. Discard the changes. Right. Yesterday we have created the post method. You can see it here. Yesterday we have created the post method, we have created the Rahul, right? And I could not save the get call. Let me create the get call also. So what is the URL for the get call? Go and copy the URL. So this is the URL for the get call. And what you are doing here, you will go to the get method and you will paste it here. And guys, user ID, so where the double curly bracket and start, like open curly bracket and close curly bracket, that means that value is a dynamic value. Okay, that is not a static value, right? So user ID means the ID which provided by the server. Okay, so let me create the Rahul. Yeah, so Rahul is get created and ID is 2820. So I will pass that ID here, 2820. This is the ID of the Rahul, right? So this I'm trying to save this call. Let me save Control S, Control S. So it will ask you the name of the call. What this call is, get the, let me rename this call. Get the users using the ID, right? Get the user using the ID and save it inside the collection. I have saved. So two collection is discussed, right? Now moving to the third one.
What was this 2820?
I told you this is the ID of the users.
Dynamic.
This ID you are trying to fetch. I told you now, in the get method we have three way: get the data using the ID. Okay, so whenever let's suppose guys, when again I am asking you, in the yesterday class I have already explained this thing in detail. If when you are going to your bank, you are opening the account, right? And after creating your account, if bank employee want to see your record, right? So what he will do, he will pass your customer ID or application ID, agree, then he can see the record. If bank employee don't know your banking ID or your customer ID, can he see your result easily?
No.
No, similarly, you are working in the organization, you have the employee ID, right? If admin want to see your data, right? If admin don't have your employee ID, can he look at your data? What is your, where are you from? What is your mobile number? What is your email ID? What is your blood group? Can the admin person see your data? No, right? So if they pass the unique ID, whatever the unique ID, I am not asking only user's ID, right? It might be employee ID, it might be customer ID, it might be the application ID, right? It might be in different form actually. The concept is which is primary key, which is unique, which is provided by the server. Okay, based on that you can filter out. Now you might have question that who is deciding that we have to pass the ID here? Who is deciding this thing? So I am not deciding this thing, your tester is not deciding this thing, your developer is not deciding this thing, the client is deciding this thing. Using the employee ID, using the user's ID, you can get the individual data. And generally 90% company, they are using the ID only to fetch the individual data. Yes, we have some other key also you can use, but it should be primary key if you want to filter out the unique data. Okay, if it is not unique data, can you filter out the unique that particular employee? If data which you are passing, it is not a unique, can you filter out?
It would be hard.
Right, let's suppose this ID should be duplicate or multiple person having this ID. So tell me, can you filter out the Rahul easily?
No, not at all. At least we have some kind of data which
No.
can segregate uniquely.
Some we have some the unique ID, right? So this thing is decided by your client on using which primary key you have to use in the URL so that you can fetch the individual data, whatever the data you have created, and whatever data you have created, you can filter out the same data. So that's why every company in every project ID is using. ID is using. Even I have not seen apart from the ID, like some of the things, but depends on the scenario. But generally they are using the unique ID, the ID which is generated by the server. Clear? Now you don't want the individual person data. You want all the data which stored inside the particular resource, inside the user's resource, right? In that case, we are using get all users data. Here you can see this is the call, this is the method, and this is the URL for that, and this is the description where you can get all the users data. Okay, let me copy this call, and pass it here. I have passed it here, and when I call this API, let's see what happened. What happened, guys? You can see it here. This is the meta and pagination total. Okay, I will explain you that thing. But inside the data, you can see it here. We have multiple users. Can you see it here, guys? Different
I have
name.
a question regarding this.
Yeah, ma'am.
When we post, when we create a user, does this go and get added to this result, or is it stored locally and fetched up? How does it work?
whatever the service application URL using here, that will go to that particular server where the server is hosted, not in your local machine, where this server is hosted.
Okay, okay. And we added some users that will also get appended there.
Yes, that is the use of the get all user.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see here the data which added inside the users. Either it is existing data, either it is the new data, either it is updated data. All the data will get displayed here. Okay. Now you might have question, what is this? So this is the pagination pagination functionality, like total pages and the page limit links. So the previous, so guys, have you seen this functionality in the UI? The pagination, something like go to the previous, current, next, arrow icon, something like that, and page limit. You can set the page limit, right? In the UI, you have seen
Yes.
that functionality, right? So that things is also displaying here. So you might have question that I am not able to understand. Do not understand. Just leave it. Just leave it, because you have to understand your project. Just understand only concept. Do not understand why the total value is 2120, pages is 106, page is 1, limit is 2020. Okay, because this thing are accordingly the users which created, the total number of users created inside that particular resource, according to that values is coming out here. Okay. So
One
you
question.
don't just simple understand this is key and this is value, this is key and this is value, depends on to project. This concept is changed. In your project you will get some different value, right? In another person you will get some different value. Just understand only concept, what is this? So this is the key and value, this is the key and the value. Okay, and here you can see inside the data, all the objects get created, ID, name, the person email ID, gender, status. Okay, right now only understand what method work is. What are the method we are using? Try to understand what is the use of that method. When I take multiple example, and then you will easily understand the response. Okay, try to understand only method. So you can see it here. Yes, sir.
Actually, I want to know like what is the difference between get and get all? Like here method we are using get only while we are getting all
So
the values.
you tell me what is the difference. You
Like
tell me.
yeah, if we use get all, then all the values of the resources will be displayed.
Exactly. And
But
in the case of get by ID,
only single value, like whatever the data is
single
will
value.
link with that
So
ID.
yes, so how you get the single value? You have to pass the user ID in the URL, right? Right? So
Yeah.
that server will understand that you want this particular ID, right? Right, but in the case of get all, you are not passing any primary key, any user's ID. You are simply trying to fetch the data from the users resource. You have not specified any ID here. If you specify the ID, it will fetch only that particular ID. Clear? Now you understand what is the difference? Yes, in both the in both the scenario we are using get method, because in both the case we are fetching the data. In one scenario we are fetching one data, in another scenario we are fetching all the data which is created inside the user's resource. But the motto is fetching the data in both the scenario. That's why the method is same. Method is get. Clear, sir?
Yeah, clear.
And if you ask about the difference, what is the difference between get all data and get by ID? The name itself explaining the things. In get all data, it will get all the data which is stored inside, which is created inside, which is updated inside the user's resource or any resource which you are passing in the URL. I am not asking only user's resource. I'm asking whatever the resource you will pass it here, it will fetch the data from, it will go into that particular resource and fetch the data. Okay. So this is the one call. I will save this call, get all the users data. Get all the users data and save it. Okay. So I have created the three scenario. Guys, if you are not able to understand, when I take the another example, I will repeat the same thing there also. Same thing there also with another requirement of mapping sheet. Same concept is also there. So if you are trying, I know you are 50% understanding, 50 not. Okay, so just understand whatever you are understanding, just only understand that particular stuff. When I take some another example, you will get some more understanding. When I take some another example, and then you will 100% you will understand, and then you realize that what I was discussing in the first requirement. Okay, now come to the third one. The third one is using the query parameter. So this is the call, get the user's data using the query param. Now guys, one more thing. After getting all the response, you have to map this thing with your requirement, with your response, the response which you are getting here by the server. Here you can see metadata, and the inside the data we have multiple objects, and you will go in the mapping sheet, you will see it here. So you might have question that the pagination size is different here. The pagination values are different. The 2120, the pages is 106, and here you can see some different value. And here you will see the data is only one. Where is the other data? And in your response, you will see the multiple data. Right? So guys, if business analyst or product person or developer giving you the full and correct response, then what is the role of tester? Tell me. They will just provide you the reference. You have to further analyze the thing.
But
agree or not?
Yeah, but here, because we need to match if the request is giving the right response or not as described in this sheet.
So tell me, how do you can decide that is the correct or wrong? Let's suppose you have created the data. And you click on the, let's suppose I'm rename this thing as a test. Okay, and passing the values as a test, right? And gender as a male, and active as a inactive. I have passed inactive, okay, inactive, and creating the data. So your data get created. When you are calling to the get user by ID, what is the ID of that person? 2827. So let me pass the ID here, 2827, and let me call. Let me call. You can see. Now tell me, how did you analyze your data is correct? Tell me. Now you give me the answer. How did you analyze your data is correct? By using the get call.
By comparing the data, whatever is being input there using post method.
Exactly. Whatever the data you have passed here, you have to check, like in the name you have passed Rahul test. So Rahul test is coming here or not? Right. The email you have passed 987, the email is coming here or not? The same email is coming or not? The gender which you have passed here, the male, and the status is inactive, the same status and the gender is coming here or not? So tell me, the data is match or not?
Yes.
Match. Now the query is then the extra property, the meta, and the in which hierarchy it will come. Then you can map this thing. You have the reference document. See that document, the same things there or not, right? So do not worry, guys. This thing I will explain you when we start doing the testing. Right now I am not doing the testing. I am just mapping the requirement. Just mapping the requirement, nothing else. I'm not explaining you how you can do the testing.
Vikas?
Yeah.
I'm getting all users, I'm getting a conflict.
What conflict?
When I'm retrieving results on a post, it's saying there is a conflict of retrieval.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
It's loading.
This is.
I think get method needs to be used, not post. The request should be get.
Ma'am, control S. Click on control S. Control and S. Save and overwrite.
Okay.
Fine?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So, can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, Vikas.
Okay, so just now only try to understand the mapping. Do not try to understand how you can taste the scenario. Just only understand how you can map the thing. Okay, now you are using the query parameter. There is one requirement, the query parameter. So copy this thing, and guys, tell me what is the meaning of this, the curly bracket, open curly bracket and close curly bracket, the username.
Dynamic value.
The dynamic value, exactly same. So I will copy this thing and go to the Postman, and guys, you can mute, please. Let me save the things which I have already created. So it is showing in the orange dotted. So click on the control S, it will get saved. Click on the control S, it will get saved. Okay, now here I have created new request, pass the URL. Now after passing the URL, what is the method, guys? Get. So go and select that method. Okay, get is already there. Okay, get is already there. Now this is your root. Root means which you have to use after the base URL. So which I have, I think, already used here. You can see it here. Yeah, question mark and username, which I have already used here. Now what is the next requirement? you can see it here. It asking get the user data using the query parameter, and you will get the response like that. Okay, now what you have to do, go to the Postman. Now try to understand what is the query parameter and what this dynamic value is. So guys, when we are using make my trip, okay, this is your make my trip, and I want it is still loading. Give me a second. Finally, could you please message me? Yesterday I was trying to connect with you, but the Skype ID is, I'm not able to connect with you. Could you message me individually whose this account is? Finally.
Well, it's my name. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is my account only.
Okay. Actually, we had any conversation earlier?
Yes, we have done the right regarding payment.
Okay. Can you drop the message individually?
Yeah, sure.
In my Skype. Yeah. Please.
In your Skype or in Facebook? We done a chat in Facebook.
Yeah, in the Facebook you can. It's better in the Facebook you can.
Okay, I will drop.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Or in the Skype, in both the place you can message. Okay. So you are using the make my trip. Here you are. I am trying to book the flight from Mumbai to Delhi. 29, and I want only one trip. So guys, tell me what I'm trying to do it here.
Trying to search the source and destination for particular date to travel.
Particular, from and to and the date, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So if I click on this search, let me inspect this thing also. So tell me, this is your query parameter. Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
This is your query. You want the flight from Mumbai to Delhi, date 28, right? This is your query. Can I say like that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you go to the network section, if you go up, it is still loading actually. Oh, that thing is not properly traced actually. I have to again call this thing. Give me a second. Let me again call. It's still loading network. Okay. So query parameter. No. Where is the make my trip call? No. So let me again call, guys. Clear this thing. Clear and call. Oh man. And let me inspect this element. Okay, element get inspected. Go to the network section. and then click on the search. Now we have to check. So at the top, I think it will display. Go to the top section. Here you can see it here. I think in the beginning of the class, I told you the meaning of query parameter.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now we are going to use the same concept in the backend, in the REST API. Now you can easily understand why the things I have explained in the UI section. I will always try to map the UI and the API so that you can easily understand if you are doing this thing in the back end, how the things are looks like in the front end. Okay, so here you can see you are trying to filter out the detail, question parameter, question mark, and Mumbai, Delhi, date. You can see. Okay, we will go here in the Postman. Right now, you filter out the details. You filter out the detail. You filter out the detail. Now you want the name, you want the person name whose name is let's suppose Sanket Mane. Sanket Mane. You will go here, you will go here. Let me remove all the things right now. So if you go to the param, whatever the query parameter you want, let's suppose you want to filter out the detail based on the name or email ID, you have to add that key here. Name, what is the name? The name you have to pass. Can you see it here? In the URL, it also gets changed, question mark and name. Here in the URL.
Yes.
And pass the value. Pass the value. What value you want to filter? So guys, tell me the name is equal to Sanket Mane. What it means actually? What it will do?
Filters out the
It
user
will
and
fetch the
this name.
data. Will be fetched.
The username which is having a Sanket Mane.
So it should be single data or it might be the multiple.
Multiple also matching data.
Matching
Whichever
data,
is
exactly matching data. Okay, so you can see it start with the question mark and this is the key and this is the value. Key sorry. So this is the key and this is the value. Okay, same thing here, itinerary and the Bank of India, this is the value. So guys, I think some person has asked me when I explain the things, the query parameter, what did you mean by the itinerary? Right, so at that time I told that person just simple understand itinerary is a key and this is the value. Right, so guys, tell me if I explain the meaning of itinerary, it at that time it was beneficiary for them? No, because that meaning will get changed. The key is will get changed project to project, application to application. So that's why only understand the concept. This is the key and this is the value. Right, in your case sorry so in your case you can see there is no itinerary is there. No itinerary is there because your project is changed, your application is changed. Right, now you are using name key here. You are using the name key here and the value is Sanket Mane. Okay, so that's why I'm asking you, try to understand the concept, not go and understand what did you mean by the name and why we are using, right? So when we look at the multiple example, you can easily know. Okay, so I have applied the key as a name and the value as a Sankit Mani and click on send. Can you see it here? There is no Sankit Mani. How is this possible? This is showing the blank data. Blank data. Something we are passing wrong.
Because the same data I'm also getting with some another name also.
A second.
I had a similar problem and got a conflict.
Madam, you are getting the conflict because you are using the same call, you are overriding the things. Overriding the same thing. Try to create the new request and perform the action.
Okay.
You are trying to use the already saved request and you are trying to override the things. Okay, so it's better to use the new request. That is not the issue from the mapping side. It is issue from your side actually. Okay.
Okay.
Guys, you can mute. So let's see why it is. Okay, let me try to fetch a Rahul test. The Rahul test is the fresh data. Rahul test. Let me Rahul test. And let's see, I'm able to fetch or not. Why it's saying something we are doing wrong? We have to find it. Give me a second. ID name. Particular thing is supporting this feature or not. Give me a second. Name. I have passed the name correctly. I have passed the name. Let me do not use this thing and try to call. Okay, I am able to get the data. Let me apply the query parameter email, and let me copy this value and pass it here and call. Yeah, you can see it here. So I have passed the name and the value, right? You will get the value. So you can see there is only one value which belong to this particular Nair name. Okay, so you can fetch the value. Okay, if you want to apply the multiple query parameter, like you want to filter out the result based on name, email ID or gender, like multiple query parameter. So what you have to do, pass that key name here, the key name here, and the value, which value you want to filter out. So let's suppose I am passing this value. Okay, the value, this is the value, right? And click on send. You will see it here. You will able to fetch the data. Let's suppose I am passing one value is unmatched. One value is unmatched. So guys, what did you notice here in the URL? Tell me. How the query parameter, multiple query parameter append using which operator?
And operator.
You can see using AND operator. Here you can see AND operator. It will get append. Okay. So let's suppose in the name I'm passing some invalid data. I have passed some invalid data and the name is correct. The email ID is correct. And let me call. So you can see it here. Data is blank. So anyone having the answer why data is blank here?
with and
And
operator, both the things should get correct. Means both the things should get matched.
Yeah,
Then
both the
it
conditions should have to satisfied.
satisfied.
After that, and operator will work, right?
Work.
It is not the or operator. And you have the question, can we use the or operator? No. Okay. So this is the another way of requirement. Let me reword this thing. Let me reword this thing.
Because can we give name of one user, name is one user and email is another user? Can we give like that?
Yes, you can. But if the
So
both the
to both,
things are not matched, then it will return the blank.
then when I click on send, so both the data will come, both users data will come.
No. Let's suppose I'm trying to fetch the data. Let's suppose any data. Let me pick the any data. Let's suppose I'm trying to pick this data. I'm trying to pick this data. Okay, and the email ID is some other person, right?
Yes,
When I
yes.
call, let's see what happened. It's showing the blank data because it will go and check same person data. The both the person, like it will go and check the Tenali Ramakrishna, right? Yes, it is verified. Then he will check the email ID. So email ID which you pass it here, the same person having same email ID or not. If it is not, then it will not give you the result. Both the things should be matched for the same person, and then it will return the response. So let's suppose I'm passing, let's suppose ABC, I'm passing ABC here, I'm passing ABC, and let me remove the email ID and let me pass the status whose status is active. Let me pass the status here. Let me call. Why?
Because what should be given in this description field? Is that matter?
Which description? This one?
Yes, yes.
No, it's this is just for the note purpose. The status is correct. If you try to call this API, yeah, it's not giving the response. You have passed the correct data, but it's not giving the response. So actually what happens, this is the free API. The free API which are available over the internet, right? And that API will not supporting all the features or not giving you the things in the correct way actually. Okay, so basically this is the free API which is available in the internet. Okay, so that's why we are facing the issue, like even we have passed the correct data but we are not getting the correct response. Okay, so when we take the another example, we will discuss the same thing, right? Is that fine, sir? Right now we can try to understand the mapping. Okay,
Concept understood, Vikas. No issues in that. If you enter name is equal to ABC and status is unselected, if you click on request is send, means all the customer names which are belongs to ABC will display down. Response will come, right?
And status is active.
Yeah, all the customer names belongs to ABC and the status active, request will send. Response will come.
Both the things should match for the same person. Like I am the Vikas, so it will verify Vikas and my status is active. It will go to the next person. If next person status is active, but his name is Mayank, that it will not display in the result. And it go to the third person, his name is Vikas, but status is inactive, then that person name is not displayed.
Can we send ID in this parameter, query parameter?
No, ID, it's sir, even this thing is decided by your requirement. Okay, so I have passed this thing here, the ID and the name, the name and the status. This thing we are not deciding. This thing is decided by the client. Which query parameter, which key you have to pass and you have to implement. Only that thing we can pass. If let's suppose if your developer has not implemented the name, using the name you can't filter out the result, then it will not work, right? So it depends on the requirement. If your requirement is asking using the name or email ID or status, you can filter out the data, then you can apply that particular query parameter. If your requirement is asking you have to apply only email in the query parameter, then you can't use the name and the other. If you use, then it will return the error or blank response. Right? Okay. Now, your question answer. Can we use the ID here? Not tell me the answer of your question. Based on my explanation, can we use the ID here or not?
We cannot use the ID. We'll get blank response.
So it's simple, sir. If you have to use the ID, we have the separate call for that. The ID means it will return the unique data, right? Yes. It will give the unique data, but you are thinking that can we use the ID here also or not? So in the IT sector, in the any application, we can't insert the things. This is not your project, right? This is not my project. This thing is decided by the client. Agree?
Yes.
If client is asking to the developer that yes, we can also filter out the data in the query parameter, you can also pass the ID, right? Yes, you can also pass the ID. I don't have any objection to use. If client is asking that no, we can't use the ID, then if you pass the ID, then it will show the blank response because it is not part of your requirement. Agree?
Agree.
If your client is asking, you have to filter out the thing based on the ID. Then if you are passing the correct ID and you are getting the blank response, then it is a bug, right? Because that is part of your requirement. Agree, guys?
Yes.
So, guys, you can mute, please. So, in the tomorrow class, guys, if you have any question, please ask like at the end, like in the half an hour, because in today class we have teach only get method, right? So if you go with this speed, then it will take 3 to 4 months actually to complete the whole course. Okay, so in tomorrow class we will discuss the patch method and the put method, not in detail, only how we can map. And one more thing, guys, one more thing that I want to do it right now. The patch I will discuss tomorrow in tomorrow class because time is already over. So in tomorrow class we will discuss the another requirement. In the another requirement we will create on JSON server into our local machine, because when I'm using the free API, because if you are using anything free, right? So there is some, you can't do all the action, you can't create the multiples data because that thing is free, right? No one application will allow you to create the multiple data in his application if it is free. Agree, guys?
Yes.
Just now I was
So
trying to
what
create. It was giving me request could not send.
Okay, I will look into that. So what I'm trying to say, I will create one JSON server into our local machine. We will create one local server into our local machine and do the practice. Whatever the scenario, how many times you can create the data doesn't matter. You can create because it is your server. Right? In the real time, you don't have to create the server, JSON server. This is the work of developer. Okay. So for the practice purpose, to do the multiple scenario, to do the multiple action, put, patch, delete, multiple action, right? For that we will use on JSON server where we don't have any restriction. So I will guide you how you can create on JSON server into your machine. I will take 5 minutes to explain you how you can create on JSON server into your machine. Okay, so in the document which I have provided you, okay, first go and check the node version. Go and check node version, node -v. Okay, after, guys, tell me why we are creating this JSON server, please. We are creating this, sorry,
To create a local data center in our.
Yes, to create the local server in our machine so that we can do the practice as much time you can. There is no restriction because it is your local server in your machine. If we take any application from the Google, it will, they're having some restriction, or you can't do all the operations successfully. You can see it here. When I'm trying to filter out the detail, it's showing the blank data. Agree? Right? So you can't see all the scenario here. So that's why we will create on JSON server into our local machine. Now you have one question. In the real time, are we doing this thing? No. This thing is done by the developer. So you don't have to worry. In the real time, you have to do. Don't worry. Okay. Now, after checking the version node -v, you have, you have to write one command, simple npm. You will go here and type npm install -g JSON server. If anyone can share your screen, I will guide you. In my machine, I have already created the local server so that it will get override. So if you have, then you can share your screen.
Shall I do?
Anyone can share it.
I'm getting like
Anyone
not
can.
recognized as
Yeah,
an internal
your
code.
node is not recognized as an
Recognized.
internal external command.
Okay. Okay. So are you getting not recognized, right?
Yes.
So give me a
Yes.
second. Can you see my screen?
Working for me. Shall I share?
Yeah, I think one person is already share.
Okay.
Whose screen is this?
My screen.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. You can open the command prompt and check the version first. The person who can't see, I will guide you how you can see the version. Give me a second. Let me explain.
In my node, this system Node.js is not installed.
Okay, not installed. Okay, ma'am, I think You can share your screen.
Yeah, I'm sharing.
Yeah.
So in this, first we need to install Node.js by command prompt.
I will guide you, sir. Give me a second. I will guide you. Give me 2 more minutes. Okay. Okay. You have run the command install -z. Okay. So as you can see, C has run the command. First, C check the version node -v. She get the updated version name 14.17.3, and then you have to run the command npm install -g json -server. Okay, this installation you have to do only single time. Do not run multiple time. Only single time. Right. This so madam, you don't have to run this thing multiple time. Open your command prompt. I can't see your screen, ma'am.
1 second. 1 second. Now it's there?
Yeah. Now, so in the real time, guys, when any server is created, so are the developer also starting that server or not?
They are starting the
They
server.
are starting the service.
Starting the server. So similarly, you have created one server, one JSON server into your machine, right? Now you have to start this server. Okay. To start this server, we have the command. Let me ping you that command. So, madam, I have dropped the message in the chat box, in the group chat box. You can copy that command from there. Copy that command. Everyone can see the screen?
No.
Madam, I think your screen is not visual.
Just the command and coming back. Okay.
One question, because like in this local repository, if we create local server, if we create in this, authorization will be required or not?
No. There is not any security related stuff. No. You don't have to pass authorization.
Because
I will explain you.
What is this command? Because you are sending in the chat window.
Yeah, JSON server manage watch db.json to start the server. For the installation, let me provide the installation server also.
Shall I
for
start?
The install.
Because
Yeah. Click on enter. So this is the command for the installation. The first, the second command npm install -g. So you can see on the screen the madam has started his server. You can see in the home. You can see this is your URL of your server, base URL, http localhost 3000. Okay.
Because I'm getting some error.
Okay, so I will come back to you. So you can see this is the URL of your server. Ma'am, your site is done. In tomorrow class, I will explain you how you can do it. Okay. Right. And let me share my screen quickly. So guys who has getting error when he is trying to check the version node -v, if you are getting any error message, go to the Google Chrome. Guys, whose screen is this? Let me share my screen, guys. I will take only 1 minute only. Go to the Google Chrome and type Node.js download. Node.js download. Type in the Google, go and type Node.js download. Click on the first link. And it will navigate to this page. Here you can select window installer, LTS window installer. Click on that link, window installer. So when you click on that link, it will get downloaded. Here you can see it start downloading. So I'm going to provide you this link. I'm going to provide you this link. You can download. Otherwise, I will provide you the. So as a homework, please download the Node.js in your machine and check the version. How you can check the version? Node-v. Okay, and we will meet in tomorrow class, and we can proceed further.
Vikash,
Yeah,
in Postman tool, I have one issue. One minute, shall I share the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So, basically, I'm not getting that body link to provide this. Are you able to view my screen?
Not now. Guys, the class is already over. As a homework, as a task, please install the Node.js in your machine. So I think let me provide this Node.js which I have downloaded. So so that you can directly install. Let me provide.
Because are you able to?
1 minute, ma'am.
Okay, sure. Yeah, sure.
Provide the document.
Sure.
Yeah. So guys, I am also providing you the Node.js. Here you can see. I have provided the node. Yeah, ma'am. Go ahead.
Can someone mute? I think there's a lot of background.
Yeah, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes, because you're able to view my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, because that's what in workspace I have created a collection, but below this I'm not getting this body and that columns all to pass the API.
Ma'am, this is the collection you have. You have to create the request, add a request. You have to click on add a request. Click on go to your collection.
Yeah.
Go to your collection. Click on the three dotted, the three dots. Yeah, click on that and add a request. The third option.
Oh, okay.
Clear?
Okay, gosh. Maybe I just missed this point. Yeah, okay.
Vikash?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I have a node in my system, but when I'm trying to install that JSON server, it says like install is not recognized as the internal or external command.
Okay. Can you share your screen?
Yeah, sure.
Guys, I have provided you the URL where you can download the Node.js, right? After downloading the Node.js, check the Node version, Node-v. After installing the Node version, right? Try to install these two commands. I am giving you the whole step here. So try to complete this step.
Are you able to see my screen, Vikash?
Yes, sir.
This is what I'm getting, like install is not recognized as an internal or external command.
Okay, you have written the wrong command. So I have chat box, so you can go and pick copy the command from there. So you are trying to install the JSON server in your machine. So go and copy that command in the chat box. Yeah, go here, go down the latest chat box. Here you can see the third point, and install the JSON server in local machine. npm install -g. Yeah, this command.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Copy this command. Have you copied? Now you can hit this command into your browser. Sorry, into your command prompt. Yeah.
So this installing server in a day, only once we have to run, or
The installation only one. Do not try to run every day. Only
Okay.
one, whole, if you uninstall, then you have to install. Otherwise, you have to only start daily. Installation is only one time setup. Okay. The
Okay.
start to start the server, you have to do daily when you are start doing the testing. Okay.
What is the command for start?
In the fourth line, you can see in the fourth point of my chat box.
Okay, okay,
Fourth
got it.
point.
Sorry, got it. Huh?
Hello, Vikas.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. After installing the NPM, you can run the fourth point to start the server. Okay.
Okay, Vikas.
And
Thank
we
you.
can discuss after that in tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Thank you, Vikas.
Yeah. Who is the next? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Vikas, this is me, Ramita.
Yeah, Ramita.
Yeah, this is when we install, it says custom setup. So it says Node.js runtime, which what you want to set up, npm package manager, online documentation shortcut, add to path.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah. Where is that? Yeah, this one. Can you see it? Ouch.
Yeah, click on next. No problem.
So this is Node.js runtime.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So what do I need to do? This.
No. The next. Do not click on checkbox. Next. Click on next. Yeah. It will install lot of install. Yeah.
Install now?
Yeah. Install.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
After installation is done, check the node version.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I
and try to run the command which I have provided you to installation and to start the server. The installation you have to do only one time. Every day you have to start your server. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Do not run the installation every day. Then it will overwrite and you will get error while testing. So do not do it. Only one time installation you have to do in your machine.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, actually, I want to know something. Like we were using query command in
query parameter.
Query parameter. In that end, we were using. So in this, we were using parameter like name or anything else. So if when I noticed that when we update these parameters, it also get updated in URL. These things.
It also get updated. The value or name or value, whatever the name or value you will add in the param section, it will get auto reflect in the URL also. It will auto append in the URL.
Okay, but like in real time, these all things are, I think, encrypted. We don't see generally if we use.
No, it is not encrypted. Depends, I think, depends on the project also. If they are using the encrypted, then you can use the encrypted. But generally, it is the simple and the straightforward actually.
Like if we try to see any Flipkart or any e-commerce site, in that if we do something like we do this sort of change, if it is open, then I think so this will be encrypted, no, for common people.
Yeah, that is encrypted for the common people because of the security relative, right? So I given you the reference of the UI. Why? Because to to get the understanding how the things like looks like in the UI also. Okay, but this course is regarding the backend, right? But I am giving you the front end also because you can differentiate the thing. If you are doing this action into your backend, into your API, then you can imagine how the things looks like in the front end. Okay. For that perspective, I have explained you the UI also. Okay.
So like in project, we
We
can
can,
see that in URL, the parameters, key and value, but in like real time, these all things will be encrypted, no? When the project will be live in production.
Yeah,
Then,
this thing will be encrypted, but depends on the project to project. You can see when I click on the make my trip, so you can see when I click on the Mumbai and Delhi, you can see the itinerary and the value. So tell me, it is encrypted or decrypted? You can clearly see the value, what value you are trying to search.
key was visible, but not value.
Value was also there. The code was there, no? Mumbai, BOM, Delhi, DEL, and the date. You can again check, sir. Go to the make my trip and inspect, go to the network section and try to search. You will see the code.
Okay, and like I need to actually show you like yesterday I practiced, but I was not getting the right response after sending the request.
Yeah, you can share the screen, sir.
If you could just tell me like how to practice this sheet.
Yeah.
See, I have done this thing. Request. If you could just show me, like I give you control.
So which requirement you are mapping here?
Yeah, yesterday I tried to map this requirement, get requirement. Yeah, the post I tried.
Okay, go to the postman, go to the request, and select the method. Change the method first here, sir. Yeah.
Post.
Yeah, post. Right. Not try to hit this API. Try to hit.
I am going to and remove the ID.
Remove the ID. The ID is created by your server.
Okay.
Yeah.
And authorization I've given already.
The bearer token. Okay. Yeah. Hit this API. Right. You are getting the response.
Yeah, this response I'm getting 7 ID is different, so it doesn't matter.
Because every customer ID should be unique, right?
Okay.
Because I'm doing the same thing, but I'm not getting the response.
Okay, sir, your doubt is clear?
Yeah, one more example can I try? Like,
yeah, you can. Go ahead.
We are using this user ID. This is dynamic one. Get all the users. Now I should
you don't have to copy. This is the response, sir. This is the response.
Okay.
If you are using the get method, in the get method, you don't have to pass the request body.
Okay, so here now I should only give this URL, no? And
so, sir, 1 minute. Do not try to overwrite. If you completed one request, save it and create one new request and do the action.
Okay.
I would recommend. Okay.
Okay. So
because currently you are not an expert, right? So try to create one, save it, and try to create another one.
Okay. So like in this case, I'm using username. This is dynamic. So now I can write any value.
Any value. If you want pass some existing value, then you can pass some existing. You want to pass non-existing, then you can. Not curly brackets, sir. Not curly bracket. Remove the curly bracket.
Actually, it was showing curly bracket earlier in username.
No, that was that thing is asking you have to pass the dynamic value. When you pass the value, you have to remove the curly bracket.
Okay. Authorization once we have given, I have to give again, no?
Yeah. But in the get call, there is not such type of restriction, so you can leave it. You can leave it.
We're
You
not
can direct.
required.
Yeah. Call this API. Call this. Click on send.
I've done that. This I'm getting none. This is new user. I
You are
think
getting
that
the
is.
response.
Yeah. I'm actually I've
Yeah.
not created this user. I've not created this.
Yeah. That's why it is blank. Okay.
Okay, fine, because I will practice more and tell tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, ma'am.
here,
Sorry.
Srinidhi here,
Ma'am,
sir.
you can mute, please. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Sir, actually, I'm facing some issues. I will share the screen.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
I think you can visible this one.
Yeah.
See, I have given this command node -v. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah. After that, what happened? I gave this npm install -g JSON -server. It is happened like this, and then last command JSON -server double
No, sir.
hyphen.
Actually, your previous command is not working, so
Yeah.
obviously it will not recognize. Sir, can you do the one thing? Can you uninstall the version which you are using, the Node version 5.9.0, and install the latest version of the Node? Can you do that? Like you can uninstall this version, and after uninstall, install the latest version which I have guided you, and then you can check the version and try to run.
Means you're saying this one?
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Here I
So
have to say 64-bit. I have to select for binary or install a .msi.
simple click on the window installer. Window installer. Window installer icon. It will download. Okay.
Okay.
And before installing this thing, uninstall the previous version.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Okay, and then you can try. If you face the again issue, then I will help you.
Okay.
So,
Vikas,
I'm facing the issue.
Yeah. Go ahead, ma'am.
This I installed it, but still in the CMD, it's saying me that this is not recognized. Node is not recognized as internal external command.
You can share your screen, ma'am.
Yep, this is the one. See,
You have installed?
yeah, I just installed it. Remember, you just told me.
Go to the control panel. Type control panel. Go to the control panel. Go to the uninstall a program feature.
Yeah.
The last. Yeah. Can you see the node here?
No.
Then
But
how
I
I can
installed
believe?
it. No, but I just did it. If I see the node, see here, it says here. What is this?
I think we
I
have to
did
run
it.
that.
I did all.
Yeah.
It just say अभी तो मैंने किया था ये see. Before it say change. See, remember I just asked you
Give
this
me a
one. I
second.
just did all. Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. Node.js install npm. Okay, click on next. Okay, give me a second. Run npm. We want to install the module Python Studio. Need to install automatically install the necessary tool that need to also the script will. No, this will install lot of things actually. If you select the checkbox, click on next.
Yeah.
Run my command prompt from administrator with administrative privilege, and then I run npm-v, and it works fine. Actually, in my case, the node is also not showing in the uninstall or change a program box.
Yeah. See,
But
it's not
I
saying still.
So you can run the
try
things
to
administrator.
How to do it?
just right click on the icon of the command prompt.
Go to the command prompt.
Yeah.
Right click, not the left click.
What is this coming?
No. Go to the search box. Go to the search
When you will
box.
search command prompt, there you have to right click and run as
Yeah.
administrator.
Here?
Yeah.
Click
Yeah.
right,
Right click here.
will come run as
Run
admin.
as.
Yes.
Just wait. Again, right click.
Here? At yes?
Yeah. Right click and run as administrator.
It came, screen came, another screen came.
You can see the backs, right? Yeah.
Oh, here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what should I do here?
Here you can type. Sorry.
What should I
Node
type
V,
here?
node V,
Node
node
minus
minus.
V. Space.
Okay. Now it came.
Fine.
Yeah. So it's installed now?
Yeah. Now you can run the command which I have provided you.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Vikash,
sir.
Share my
Yeah, go
screen.
ahead.
I'm not getting that post.
Yeah, ma'am. Seriously.
Vikash, one small doubt. I have started watching the Debian server. It is actually, I'm getting a thing like db.json does not seem to exist. So creating the db.json with some default data, and then I'm getting
Yeah.
like done. Is
Yeah.
that
Done.
correct?
It's fine. It's fine. Now you can close
Okay.
the thing. We can discuss from tomorrow. Okay.
Close thing, right?
Verify the NPM
Okay.
version
Okay.
using
Thank
this.
Because I will share my screen. Can you please?
You can
Give
see
me a
my
second. Sir.
screen.
Some person is already here. Give me
Yeah.
1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I have passed this request and in authorization bearer token I have passed, and when I'm sending it, it's giving me could not send the request.
Did not send the request. Okay. Authorization body, Amita, email ID, female, and HTTP
NPM
code.
minus V.
And okay, raw you have selected. JSON type is.
NPM hyphen V.
And go to the authorization, ma'am.
Sorry. NPM.
Okay, bearer token. Can you use the get method? Create one new request and use the get method. Save this thing and create one new request. Yeah, create one new request. Add request. Yeah, pass the URL here. Get all you. Get all. Not okay. You can copy this thing anyway.
Let me check for all
Yeah,
because I
get all.
don't have request.
Yeah, get all. Copy this thing. Go here, pass it here. Okay, now try to call. No, you don't have to require the body.
Could not send the request.
Can you scroll?
चल रही है. Install कर रहे हैं.
Do we need select raw there?
No. Did
SSL
not show.
error.
Self-signed certificate. Disable. Click on the disable verification. Yeah. Fine.
Okay.
This was something Postman configuration actually by default. It's what's called. Now you can try this one also.
Okay.
Fine.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, sir. Go ahead.
Thing, when I was installing this, no, I'm getting this application is only supported on when I have downloaded.
So what
this
is your OS version? Windows 7?
Windows.
That's why it's showing error. It looks like your OS version is
64.
Yeah, Windows 7. Windows 7. Windows 7, you can see Windows 7 Enterprise.
Okay, yeah. Yes, yes.
So I think in that case, you have to check the Node.js which is compatible for the Windows 7 Enterprise. In the Google, you can search Node.js for the Windows 7. You can something like you can search Node.js for Windows 7. Yeah, and yeah, install this one and try to use. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
My screen.